everybody, welcome back to another edition of the EcoStruxure Machine Expert HVAC. I'm your host, Leandro Mal, and in this video what we're going to see is the simulation mode that we have in the software. So let's go to the presentation. So for those who don't know, the EcoStruxure Machine Expert HVAC has the possibility to simulate a PLC. So instead of having a real controller, we can simulate the logic in the PC. So we can simulate the M171, performance, optimize, and the M172. So this is how it looks like. Okay, you can navigate or you can simulate the displays. Okay, this also works for the display part, M172 display, but that will be for another presentation. And also we have the possibility to emulate how is the navigation of the display of the 7-segment display that we have for the M171 optimized. So in order to see this, once the application is done, there is no errors at all, we can go to debug and then simulation mode to activate this simulation. Now, this is one way to access to the simulation. The other one is using this toolbar. Okay, if you're not able to see this toolbar project, what we need to do is to go view, toolbar, and select project in order to see this toolbar. And then we just click on this icon that seems to be a ladder icon with a few things. So that one is for the simulation mode. Then we should be able to see this pop-up message that it will try to create a specific file that will contain this simulated PLC. So what we need to do is to give it a name. So create a new workspace, give it a name, and okay. Then if we have already closed this simulator and then we try to open it again, what we need to do is to, instead of select create new workspace, we just need to open the existing. Okay, and in case we don't want to have it, we just need to select and then delete it. Okay, so let's try to see what we have first. So we'd open this software. So let's see, what do we have? Okay, 0 errors, nothing. So we need to click here, simulation mode, or online, no, debug, simulation mode. So if we open this, I have an existing one. So I'm going to create new sim PLC. And this is saved in this folder that we have. By default, it's in the same folder where your project is. So we should be able to see this one now. Okay. And on the other side of the screen, I have this. If I have something, you should be able to add it, but I haven't downloaded anything yet. So I'm just moving around the things. Okay, there we go. So this is our PLC, the simulated PLC. You can see there is black, there is nothing in it. And if you go to the bottom right, you can see there is no code. Okay, and disconnected, and we are in edit mode. Okay, so this is basically how we can open the simulated PLC. Once this is open, we should be able to work with this. As you can see here, there are a few things, so we can expand this thing, okay, to see that we have a few more things. We can hide this part, which are all the IO panels, in case we don't want it. And we also have the possibility to hide the HMI. Okay, with this one, if we close this, for example, if I go to the presentation, you can see that the elements are hidden again. But if we open that and put this, it stays in there in front of the screen. Okay, so it's handy. So that the same can be applied for the IO panel. So let's go back to the presentation and see what we have. So we can stop around the controller. This is always visible. Okay, and this is how it looks like. I will show the device. And this one is the I/O panels. Now, as soon as we open the simulator using this icon over here, we can see that it's connected, and here it will depend. If it's already an application we have made a modification, then we'll see this div code sim. Otherwise, you should be able to see this no code because it's a new. Now, if we go back to the presentation again, once we are connected to the controller, we should be able to download our project to it. So for that, we just need to use this icon over here with a cylinder with an arrow just to download the project. And here we have two different options. We have full download and download. In this particular case, I'm going to make a download. Okay, but just for you to be aware, we have the full download. Okay, download all, or just download the code of the PLC. If you want to download the display part, you just click download HMI code. If you want to be everything just one go, download all. Okay, so in my case, I'm going to download PLC code. Questions are compiled. Do you want to compile? Yes, compile, please. And then for start, yes, no problem at all. And then you can see source okay because I'm connected, and the source is okay because I have already downloaded the latest application. Okay. Now if I have an HMI application here, training, I can download this. And just for you to see, I'm going to put it over here, hide, cancel, and then download again. Yes. And there we go. You have the HMI in there. So I will cover the display part later. I just want to focus on this simulation mode. So once we are in the connected with the controller, okay, and the source is okay, we have edit mode and debug mode. That basically the debug mode will allow us to see the variables while we are reading the code, which is important. So we just need to select into the debug toolbar this icon. So if we go to the project, you'll be able to see this one. Okay, and in order to access to this, you'll be able to see view toolbars debug. Okay, view toolbars debug. You shall select this one. So we are connected with the PLC, and I don't know which block is my POU. I don't have anything here. Okay, so main drag and drop. You can see the code is different. Now I'm going to download this code again. Yeah. Okay, source okay, which is fine. So we are in the did mode. You can see CNT and it's increment here. So I'm going to press this one, live debug mode. As you can see, they are reading this value. Okay. So if you have the code and you have more things, it's good to have this. I believe this the way to see the variables on the structured text, I believe, is in the newer versions. In the previous version, I believe we don't have it. So it's always good to update to the latest version of Machine Expert HVAC. I believe right now is the version 1.5, but I don't remember. So this is how it looks like. Okay, you can see this one is activated, this one it isn't, and on the function blocks you can see that there is no numbers here, and while we are online we can see the numbers. And the counter, you can see here the value. Okay, so launch the simulator, download the application, apply debug mode, make a modification, and go to debug mode. This is what I have done. In my case, the modification was to add a PUU into the mast. Okay, so something important about the simulation, which is quite handy. So what we can do is to create our I/O panels. So if we open this, add, you can see the window. I'm going to rename it training. Okay, it's going to be training. So we have this. Now, in order to use this, we just need to drag and drop variables into this I/O panel. So let's see. Let's see what we have. So I have EEPROM variables here, drag and drop, you can see over there, and your mappings. Okay, this status, whatever. Okay, and you can make the change of this. So if I use the same variables in the watch, that we're going to explain later what is the watch and what it does, but basically it just shows the variables in there. EEPROM iCase. So you can modify the variables on the watch. Okay, some of them, because this one is EEPROM, but here it will allow you, if I'm wrong, it will allow you to change. Instead of going to commission and then change the EEPROM, if you want to test this, having this over here probably is going to be handy. Okay, this one doesn't allow you because it's a digital input, but here it's good because you can test it and also make modifications, which is quite handy. That's why having the I/O panel created is good. Okay, let's see if I forget something here. Okay, let me just remove these I/O panels. Okay, you can drag and drop also for the library tree, and then you just need to specify the array number, as I show here. I array this one, analog output. You just indicate the array number, and it just go over here. Okay, so add to the simulation panel, change the I/O panel, add variables, check behavior, close and open the simulator. Okay, so when we close and open the simulator, in order to close the simulator, we just need to press on this one again. So I'm going to open the existing one. Okay, then new, and here you're able to see the training. Okay, you can see it's in here once again. Okay, so this is how we can make the simulation, how to work with the simulation, how we can simulate a PLC in our laptop, and then how we can work with the code and see what's really happening without having the real PLC. Of course, if you want to test communication things, then you must have a PLC to test it. So this is it for the simulation model, the M172, and it can be also for the M171. So this is it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you on the next one.